Hello everyone, Mark from Southern Cross Amateur Astro here with another astrophotography tool user guide. In this one we're going to be taking a quick look at the summary tab, and like a lot of things in APT, there are very slight differences depending on what type of camera you have connected. So I'll do the comparison of them both and you can see what's there and how it all works. So let's get straight into it. So the summary tab is pretty straightforward, this shouldn't take long at all. The only difference between having a DSLR connected and a CMOS CCD camera is the top section dealing with the camera. They both show you the plan type and the plan name. The status is either running or idle, so if you actually got the plan going it'll say running, if you're not doing anything it'll say idle. Then it'll show you the currently selected plan, and it will also show where you are up into the plan. You see this little white line under the 1 here. That's how far it is, so it's on image 1, and that'll move across as it moves through the number of exposures, and it'll do that for each line of your plan. So that's just that one there. Then the only real difference then is what you get in this bottom section. They both have the object name if you have one selected, but with a DSLR it shows you your ISO and the image quality you have selected for your plan at the moment. So this is RAW plus large JPEG, and that's what it shows there. For the CMOS CCD camera it shows you your gain, your offset if you have one and if you're using a native driver, and the binning and if you're using a region of interest. So that's the only difference between this with the two different cameras connected. The next section is your gear and focus, and this gives you your mount position, whether you're tracking, current focuser position, the filter if you're using one, and the rotator position if you have one. And this box on the right here is just a graph of focusing if you're using Focuscraft. It'll show you if you do an autofocus with it or whatever. You can set Focuscraft up to record and calculate on each image, and that'll display as the night goes along. It is a way to keep track of if conditions are changing, so if the graph starts going up and you've done nothing else, or going down, you'll know something's changing. So it's better off going down because that means conditions are improving. But that's what that is there. It's connected to your Focuscraft. Next is basically the same focus log you get in Sessioncraft at the bottom down there. The time of your last focusing, the half flux diameter or the inverse square depending on inverse power depending on what you're using, if particular filter you focused on, the filter position, the focuser position at the time of the focusing, and the temperature at that time. So it's just a repeat of what you get in your Sessioncraft. Next down the bottom is guiding, and this is just basically just a copy of what you've got in your gear tab and in your graphs. So it's just tracking your guiding for you all on one tab. And finally at the bottom you have the tools, which you have Sessioncraft, your histograms and Focuscraft. Clicking the more button will simply just take you to the tools tab. So we'll go in and have a look actually in my computer. I've got the simulator running here. As I said, the more button simply takes you to the tools tab. And that's how it looks and how it goes. Now you can change the appearance and how it acts through your APT settings. So on the tab for the summary, this you can select to change what's actually displayed here. So if you don't want a particular section you can turn it off. The other thing you get is the summary tab auto redirection. I keep this turned off because I find it annoying every time you go your mouse over it, but I'll just show you how that works. So I'll check that, click OK, and what happens now, if you go over an appropriate section, it will open the tab for that particular one. So if I go over the camera, it changes to the camera tab. You can go in here, so I'll put okay, so it's an M42, so I'll put in M42 in there, move the mouse off, it goes back to the summary tab. Same with your gear and focuser. Last focusing it doesn't go anywhere. Guiding goes back to your gear tab again, so you can change your guiding there, and it doesn't do anything until you go to over the more. So you can go over these ones, but more will take you to the tools tab. And as I said, if you like it, that's good. I just find it annoying that if I'm moving my mouse around it suddenly changes the tab. So I leave that off because I'd prefer to set it up myself and move my tab. But that's it for the summary tab. There's nothing more to it, quite simple, just a quick summary of what's happening at the moment. So I'll finish this video here, wish you all clear skies, and chat to you in the next one. Take care all.